Radio Theater on your favorite station. We're listening to an episode of Father Knows Best from April 30th, 1953. That was some 64 years ago today, and in the newspapers on that Thursday, these are some of the headlines. Dateline Washington, President Eisenhower said Thursday he plans to ask Congress for $8.5 billion less than former President Truman asked for the fiscal year beginning July 1st. The president told a news conference, however, he sees no possibility at this time of balancing the budget for the new fiscal year, and he declined to speculate on whether the appropriations reduction he mentioned might open the way for a tax cut. Dateline Peabody, Massachusetts, a terrific explosion wrecked a war chemical plant here Thursday. Police reported at least 4 people were killed and a dozen injured. Police said about 85 persons were at work in the 3-story wooden factory, and the blast occurred about noon Mountain Standard Time. Many were trapped in the blazing wreckage, according to police. Dateline Hanoi, Indochina, communist-led Viet Minh troops swept toward the royal Laotian seat of Luang capital, captured another French Laotian defense point Thursday. This one only about 25 miles north of the town. It was the third reverse suffered by the defending forces in as many days. Dateline San Antonio, a Utah flyer jumped to safety from a doomed B-29 which carried 10 other servicemen to their deaths in a crash Wednesday near here. 5 men parachuted to safety, but the others were able to free themselves after their plane developed engine trouble at a low altitude. Dateline Washington, the House appeared all set Thursday to vote a halt to the practice of granting big cash payments to 10 government officials when they leave office. According to Representative Reeves, the Republican from Kansas, it's time these fellows got all 4 feet out of the feed trough. The House action touched off by disclosures that 215 top government officials of the Truman administration, including some former cabinet members, collected more than $700,000 in lump sum payments in lieu of unused vacations and other leaves to which they were entitled. Dateline Seoul, Korea, American Sabre jets destroyed or damaged 5 communist MiG-15s Thursday, while hundreds of UN planes bombed North Korean military targets from the battlefront to the Yalu River. The Sabres shot down 3 MiGs which swarmed from Manchuria in a vain attempt to break up the Allied fighter bomber formations. 2 others were damaged. Dateline London, delegates of 5 of Britain's West Indies possessions in the Caribbean area Thursday signed a plan for federation with the capital at Grenada Island in the Windward Islands. The scheme must be approved by the island legislatures and then by the British Parliament before it becomes effective. Dateline Tokyo, 63 more liberated American prisoners of war left with the U.S. Thursday night and early Friday aboard 2 planes of the Freedom Airlift. If they follow the schedule of the first plane, which arrived in California Wednesday, they will arrive at Travis Air Force Base near San Francisco Friday afternoon. First plane carried 35 of the 129 former captives, leaving 51 still in Japan after Friday's departure. Dateline Panmunjom informed sources indicated there's a good possibility an agreement can be reached Friday on an explanation to take charge of communist war prisoners who refuse to go home if the Red negotiators will just quit stalling. The Reds will put on notice at Thursday's session to come back Friday, prepared to buckle down to a serious effort to remove that stumbling block to an armistice. Dateline El Monte, California. Last Sunday, a worried mother stole a pair of baby shoes for one of her 3 small children. Told police she did it because for lack of shoes, the children unable to play outdoors. Well, the world looking brighter today for Mrs. Patricia Murrison, 27 years old. She had a $100 check from actress Merle Oberon, and Mrs. Oberon's attorney is to represent her when she appears for sentencing May 20th. Miss Morrison pled guilty to petty theft on Monday. She's also received lesser sums of money from other well-wishers, 2 pairs of shoes from a lady in Beverly Hills, and the offer of a rent-free home. But the story goes deeper. 32-year-old Harold Keller, an unemployed welder, surrendered himself to police after Mrs. Morrison's arrest, said he was responsible for her trouble. He brought her here in 1948 after deserting his wife and 3 children in West New York, New Jersey. Police are holding him on charges of passing worthless checks. So some of the day's top news stories is reported in the newspapers on this Thursday, the 30th day of April, 1953. On your radio 64 years ago today, Father Knows Best, and that continues next on Classic Radio Theater.